Hi friends. Today our topic is what is a domain name and how does it work, and what is a web server and how does it work. So let's start. A domain name is the unique address that identifies a website on the internet. It is used to translate human-readable website names into machine-readable IP addresses, which are numbers used by computers to identify and communicate with each other. When you type a domain name into your web browser, such as www.example.com, your browser sends a request to a domain name system (DNS) server, asking for the IP address associated with that domain name. The DNS server then looks up the IP address in its database and returns it to your browser. Once your browser obtains the IP address, it uses it to connect to the web server where the website is hosted. The web server then sends the website's files to your browser, which interprets the files and displays them as the website you see. In summary, a domain name acts as a user-friendly identifier for a website and enables the translation of human-readable names into machine-readable IP addresses, allowing users to access websites easily on the internet. Now let's discuss, what is a web server and how does it work? A web server is a piece of software that runs on a computer and is responsible for delivering web content to users through their web browser. It works by following a client-server model, where the client, typically a web browser, sends a request for a specific resource, such as an HTML page, image, or video, to the web server. The server then processes the request and responds with the requested resource. Here is a simplified overview of how a web server works. 1. Client sends a request. When a user enters a website's URL or clicks on a link, their web browser sends a request to the web server hosting the website. Though server receives the request, the web server receives the request and interprets it to understand which resource the client is requesting. 3. Server processes the request. The server executes an appropriate action based on the request. It may retrieve data from a database, process a script, or fetch files from its storage. 4. Server generates a response. Once the server has processed the request and obtained the necessary information or content, it generates a response that includes the requested resource. 5. Server sends the response. The server sends the response back to the client's web browser over the internet. 6. Client receives the response. The client's web browser receives the response and interprets it. It may display the requested web page, load images, execute scripts, or handle any other content provided by the server. This process happens continuously as users navigate through a website, with the client sending requests and the server responding with the corresponding resources. Web servers typically use the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, to facilitate communication between clients and servers. Now let's discuss, what is www and what is HTTPS in domain name. The use of the www prefix is not mandatory, and many websites omit it from their URLs. It is simply a convention that has been used for decades. On the other hand, HTTPS, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, is a protocol for secure communication over the internet. Should you use HTTPS or www? HTTPS is more secure, for both users and website owners. With HTTPS, data is encrypted in transit in both directions, going to and coming from the origin server. The protocol keeps communication secure so that malicious parties can't observe what data is being sent. Let's discuss about DNS. What is DNS? What is the DNS used for? DNS stands for Domain Name System. A domain name system, DNS, turns domain names into IP addresses, which allow browser to get to websites and other internet resources. Every device on the internet has an IP address, which other devices can use to locate the device. Friends, if you have learned something from this video, then please like and share this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.